All right, so this video right here is going to be on the whole Trump border thing and all that. Okay, what I feel at this point is I think that he's focusing a little bit too much on crime, drugs, and things like that. What he's not focusing on is the fact that illegal labor drives down wages. Now, that's what he needs to focus on. And I didn't really hear that in his address. He was not talking about the fact that you have a lot of these companies. I will sit back and I would have brought up the trailer. I did a video on that. There was a trailer company that was upset because all of their trailer makers were they had a bunch of illegals in there working doing welding and fabrication. When this company sells trailers and they're getting a bigger bottom line by using illegal labor instead of hiring American citizens. Things like that. Now that's what they need to focus on. Focus on things like that to where you say, hey, look, these companies are getting ahead by using cheap labor. There's what about American welders? Have some American welders come out there, or American carpenters, home builders and things like that, and say, look, these people are hiring this cheap labor, and it's really not fair. They could talk about construction. Look at the fact that I'm originally from Houston, Texas. I grew up in Houston, Texas. How about with the fact that construction in road construction, that used to be mostly black and white, mostly black. And now when you're down there, you're sitting there trying to figure out, hey, when are you going to see a black person working there? You'll see a bunch of illegals or Hispanics. That's all they speak is Spanish. And all of them working under the same social security number. Some dead persons probably. And it's not fair. That's not fair at all. That's not fair to the black community, that's for sure. Because a lot of those jobs that the Hispanics are taking, the jobs that blacks used to have. And low skill and poor whites. So I don't really see him focusing a lot on that, which is what he really needs to focus on. Talk about that. But see, that makes me wonder whose pocket is he in when all he wants to talk about is drugs and stuff like that, and some of the and crime coming and criminals coming across, but he never wants to talk about the fact that all these companies are hiring all these illegal aliens. Because one of the biggest, easiest things about border security is sit back and talk about the fact. Is sit there and talk about the fact that these companies are hiring these people and they're they're dragging them across the border. That's what they're doing. The people are enticed to come across the border because these companies are hiring them. See, no one ever wants to talk about that. Talk about that, Trump. That'll get a lot more people on board with what you're saying. Anyway, that's my thoughts on that. Comment, like, share, and we'll see you in the next one. All right.